I'm Alex Paul from InvestorStream. Today we'll be delving into a sector that is underpinned by the security of an age-old process, highly supported by recent and sweeping regulatory change in the US, and we'll also be analysing the ASX company in the box seat. The impact of man-made chemicals on both the environment and human health is well established. In particular, forever chemicals, or more commonly known as PFAS. The harmful impact of these chemicals first drew global attention in 2015, when American multinational chemical company DuPont settled a class action related to PFAS in Teflon products. In June this year, a number of US states commenced litigation against DuPont and fellow American conglomerate 3M over toxic PFAS chemicals in their drinking water. Some states have already settled, such as Minnesota accepting compensation of $850 million US, but the growing number of states joining the action have estimated that 3M's liabilities could extend to $30 billion US. The pressure for governments to provide safe drinking water is immense, which is resulting in a vast addressable market in delivering techniques to achieve this. National primary drinking water regulations for PFAS will be enacted this year and enforced by the EPA from 2024 onwards. And these are backed by the Federal Clean Water Act and the US $10 billion in funding under the Biden administration's bipartisan infrastructure law. All of these moves are to ensure compliance with new PFAS standards, and demand for products like activated carbon is set to soar as a result. Pure Asset Management's Tim Callan believes companies investing in activated carbon are best placed to capitalise on the burgeoning PFAS opportunity.
Yeah, PFAS is really interesting, I think. So regulators, community and the media alike are now starting to recognise the enormity of the potential problems which are caused by PFAS, or forever chemicals. Asbestos was a widely used building product for much of the 20th century and was never a problem until it was. So the widespread prevalence of PFAS chemicals in everyday applications these days and its potential impact on humans has caused the EPA to heavily regulate US drinking water standards in 2023. So once implemented, these regulations decrease the tolerable levels of forever chemicals by over 1,000-fold. And the EPA has recommended 3 solutions for water utilities in meeting these proposed targets. And they are activated carbon, which is the one we're most focused on, ion exchange treatment, and high pressure membranes. And activated carbon is the most widely used of these solutions, and as such, expect it to be the leading beneficiary of the EPA's proposed changes, and have got reason to believe that this is a significant increase in the addressable market for both activated carbon and Carbonxt.
Activated carbon is not a new technology, going as far back as the ancient Egyptians, who utilised it for water purification. So in regards to the process, the market for carbon products is well established. It's in the modern applications that Carbonxt Group Limited, an ASX-listed US-focused company, is achieving incredible results in pollution control, and the ink is still drying on a landmark joint venture with its US partner to build an activated carbon plant in Kentucky.
So until now, Carbonxt has produced activated carbon suitable for air phase applications. So air phase applications involve the removal of gases and toxins from the air. The new Kentucky JV provides Carbonxt the opportunity to enter a really lucrative liquid phase market, and this involves the removal of toxins from water. This market's currently dominated by Carbonxt Carbon, who are the industry leader via their granular activated carbon products. And the pricing of GAC, which we're seeing in the market these days, suggests a really tight market, and it takes a long time to bring on additional supply. And an example of this is the 2-year lead time that Carbonxt had with their recent Mississippi facility. On the demand side, which is very different on the other hand, we've got that accelerating rapidly as water utilities prepare for the regulatory change from the EPA. And in terms of coming back to Carbonxt, that's going to produce either GAC, which is the traditional measure, or a pelletized activated carbon suitable for liquid phase solutions.
There are a small number of other ASX companies that operate in water purification. However, Carbonxt remains an outlier given its exposure to the sizable US market. Activated carbon is considered the best available technology according to the US EPA and looms as the likely solution of choice for most US water utilities.
There's a few ASX companies with crossover, and we consider them clean tech companies in a very broad brush way. Calix is probably the largest one, which a lot of people know about. There's also Environmental Group, SciDev, DMEM, and most of these companies offer some form of water solution. Yet the main objectives are centred on wastewater and other industrial applications as the primary thing they're looking to solve. So there's no competitor we're aware of who specialises primarily in activated carbon or is providing a PFAS solution in relation to US drinking water specifically. And the pelletised product represents a key point of difference for Carbonxt as it improves pressure drop for water utilities, resulting in less power usage and ultimately less cost in the production of water. And there's no North American producers currently offering such a solution today.
The plant in Kentucky will utilise infrastructure from an existing waste energy plant to provide a fast-tracked increase in capacity for activated carbon production. Funding has already been secured for this project, with build commissioning set to occur by Q1 2024 and manufacturing by Q2 2024. And it appears that Carbonxt is already ahead of the curve in what is looming as a globally significant market, with early estimates valuing the market around the $900 million mark.
Being a smaller company, Carbonxt's key point of difference is their ability to provide customers with a specialised and tailored solution and remove whatever toxin it may be out of air or liquid phase applications. With regards to PFAS, there's no current US provider of liquid phase pellets in the market, as we touched on earlier. And pellets have the ability to really lower the cost of water production for water utilities. So we view that as a key benefit and a key point of difference for Carbonxt going forward in meeting the EPA legislative changes. And believe that they're taking a very different approach with regards to the traditional use of GAC and bringing something new to the market, which is obviously growing very rapidly due to regulatory change.
We'll be monitoring the progress of Carbonxt very closely as it looks to implement a strategy for providing activated carbon to ensure that US drinking water meets new regulatory standards.